Hey, welcome to Mind Your Own Biz, the podcast where we help small business owners with big dreams build something authentically you. I'm Alicia Yervis, educator, marketer, designer, nacho enthusiast, and your big sister in business. I'm excited for us to have this cozy spot to chat. Each episode, we'll tackle candid conversations, actionable tips, and a few fun tangents to help you run your business your way. Because business is always personal, no matter what anyone says. So grab your iced coffee or those nachos and let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Mind Your Own Biz. I'm Alicia Yervis. I'm your host, and today I'm talking about something that has been honestly, I hate to use the word game changer because I think that's like so cliche and used out, so often, but it really was a game changer in my own, small business owner journey. And it's the number one piece of advice that I give everybody when I have folks asking me about, small business advice. What should I do? What's some of the, the must-haves when you're going to open your own business? And I always say this. Find your people. Finding your people is so important because, listen, if you're out here running a solo business and you are trying to do everything on your own, I hate to break this to you, but you're making it way harder than it has to be. And listen, I get it. Like, I've spent years thinking that I had to be, some kind of one woman marketing machine. Um, you know how it is. You're wearing all the hats, right? You're juggling all the things, wondering why the frig I just feel like I'm constantly about to pass out, cry, have a potato day. Um, but it turns out that running a solo business doesn't mean you have to actually be alone, and you shouldn't be. Solopreneurs need community. So that's again why one of the first things I tell those new business owners is to find your people ASAP because entrepreneurship is hard. You don't need me to tell you that, but it is, right? It's isolating. And even those closest to us, friends, family, loved ones, like they love you, but they don't always get it. It's just a fact, my brother still to this day joke around that all I do all day is play video games, um, which is obviously not true. Um, has nothing to do with video games, but that's another episode. But that's the thing. Like when you're listening to friends or past coworkers or neighbors or loved ones, maybe even a spouse or um, a child, like unless someone's also out here taking the risk of running a business, they don't fully understand what this all feels like, what we all go through, like the uncertainty of launching something new, um, the the highs of like a big sale or like an awesome client win or like when you're feeling like shit, you've had a slow month, you had an offer that just like completely crashed and burned, and just a complete failure. And when you don't have people around you who really get that, it's just easy to just spiral, right? We've all had those spiral days where self-doubt, imposter syndrome, you've heard me talk about that before. And of course, like the whole energy of like, why the frig am I even doing this? Like, why? Um, so to talk about like the power of community in business, like the magic of finding those biz besties, right? You can get real-time feedback from people who actually understand your business. You don't have to guess your way through your challenges. You can ask, you can learn from others who've been exactly where you are. If someone posts a story about something that happened to them or a question or something, and you're like, oh my God, like I dealt with that exact same thing a year ago. Or, yes, that's exactly what I'm going through right now, you know? And when you start to see that you're not alone and other people are going through the same thing, it becomes more easy for you to have the courage to share your story, and to ask for help. You also gain like a cheerleading squad, a hype squad, right? Hyping you up when you just feel like quitting the biz and closing up shop and hiding under your blankets. Like, no, folks can kind of shake you out of it and, you know, cheer you on. And then also like seeing other people win and seeing other people have like awesome results or successes from something that went really great, like it reminds you that that's possible for you too. Like if you listen to my episode, my previous episode, episode 8 with Stephanie Lipnicki, one of the things that she was saying at the end was that sometimes it's hard for her when she sees other people, colleagues, like if they are celebrating a big win or something and she had to do some work to um, shift her mindset on that and realize like good things are happening for me too. And I think that you see that in community, in online groups or in networking groups or group texts or whatever, like other folks who are entrepreneurs with you. When you're seeing that they're doing well, like it lets you know that it's possible for you too. And let's be real, like sometimes you just need that group chat where you can vent, right? Just frickin' vent to people who won't say, well, maybe you should get a real job. Maybe you should, you know, throw in the towel. Um, you know, and who won't necessarily minimize some of the very real feelings that come up. Um, so that group chat or place where you can vent with others is super important. It's like that saying, friends don't let me start over. Friends don't let friends eat tacos alone. I love that saying. Um, Business friends don't let business friends struggle alone either. Because running a business isn't just about strategy and sales. It's about support. It's about accountability. It's about community. And that's why I created the Make It Happen Minimind. Doors are open right now. They close in a couple days. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about this experience, and why I created it and what's inside because I love it. It's like one of my favorite things that I do each year. And so I just want to talk a little bit about it. So, if you've ever wished you had a business sisterhood, just a small, tight-knit group of like-minded women who get the highs and lows of entrepreneurship, who see your potential, even on those days when you look like hell and you're doubting yourself, who will keep you moving forward instead of just spinning your wheels in the mud. That is why I created this program, the Make It Happen Mini Mind. I knew there needed to be a space where solopreneurs could feel supported, encouraged, and held accountable. And that wasn't like as big and intense as like a mastermind, where it's $30,000 and we go to the tropics. Like, I think that's a cool thing to aspire to, but like, I don't have that kind of money. But I still need community, and I still want to do something awesome with women who are struggling with the same types of stuff that I am. And, be able to help each other and lift each other. Like a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So this is not just another business group where people drop links and then ghost, no, like we actually show up for each other. So here's what's inside. So we have weekly Zoom meetups to set goals, set intentions actually. I don't like that word goals, but set intentions for the week. Get feedback, talk through challenges, stuff like that. We also have silent co-working sessions because sometimes you just need a little bit of that body doubling to get stuff done, right? You have that accountability. You see people on Zoom with you working on stuff together. And it's very motivational. It really is. There's also hot seat opportunities for focused feedback on your unique business. There's some fun sister-led sessions, which are like little workshops that we'll have in our private group. They're all kinds of different topics. In the past, we've done sessions on content strategy, on journaling, using astrology in business, meditation, a bunch of other things. And also just like a real community where you don't have to pretend that you have it all figured out, because I sure don't. You heard it in my trailer for this podcast. Do I have all the answers? No, I don't. But it's fun to work on it together. And by the way, no one has all the answers. No one. So I wanted to drop in some clips here from a few of our past members of the sisterhood. These are two of my past podcast guests as well. You're going to hear from my own virtual assistant, Caitlin Serrato, and I'm going to put in her clip right here, what she thought about Minimind. The third cohort of the Minimind is opening its doors this month. Caitlin has been a member of the first two Miniminds. And talk to me a little bit about your experience in there. Like I was explaining how it's a virtual business sisterhood. It's 2 months long. It's very it's a private community. It's collaborative. It's accountability. It's support. It's all these things. But talk to me about how you incorporated it into your business. What were the features that you liked? What were you working on when you were in there? Just talk to me a little bit about your experience as a member.
Yeah. So Minimind has been awesome. Highly recommend to anybody, literally anybody, whether you have big things you're working on or not. Like, it's just such a great space to be in. When you first launched it, I knew I wanted to be in there, support you and to meet some people. And I had some meetings with some people that that were in the first Minimind just through like virtual study halls and stuff. But yeah, I really wanted to be in there, but I did not expect to have it be such a positive impact for me. I personally, I'm a homebody, I'm an introvert, so like I don't necessarily crave like going out and hanging out with people all the time, that type of thing. I'm very comfortable just like hanging out at home and being by myself and all that. But in the first Minimind, I realized that like you are like alone a lot of time. A lot of time you're working independently when you're running a business, whether you're working with a team and have subcontractors or not. Like a lot of the time it's very independent work, and you're kind of staring at a screen for hours a day. And so I realized I was missing that community and that connection with people. And so that was the first thing that I realized. I was like, oh, like this is really fun. Like it's not so high stress where you have to like go out and meet a group and be there for hours and hours. It's very relaxed. It's virtual, but it's very nice to get to meet people and just kind of chat and share stories and share where you're at in business. And I know when you started it, it was a rough year. Like everybody was having a really hard time. Maybe it was like right after COVID stuff, or like
it was pretty soon after.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still kind of dealing with that, but yeah.
Right. We're still in the aftermath period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So a lot of people just needed that to chat with other people going through the same thing, because it can get lonely and missing that connection piece when you work from home or when you work virtually. So I love that the most. And just, now I stay in touch with those people that I first met and that have been in the cohort since then. When I joined, I think I was in the process of trying to figure out how to scale my business with the HoneyBook stuff. I'm pretty sure that first one. So I think that's what I was focusing on trying to work through. So having
that was your main project.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I think that the time set aside for like the study halls and stuff in the first or the second, and just having other people to verbally talk through all the things with is really helpful. And also having you there, like you're just so amazing at detangling and helping people work through their problems and work through, roadblocks and figure out creative solutions for things. Like that is a gold mine. You know, you're just an amazing, beautiful, magical human. So having
Well,
you
thank you.
the key.
Thank you.
But yeah, like that is just such a great thing to be part of. So I loved it and I'm super excited for this one.
Yay. Thank you for saying all that. I am really excited to do this third one. I try to make them better and tighter and, learn more each time. But it's funny you had mentioned the study halls. So for those of you who are not in my free Facebook group, it's called the Help Desk. You can find it on my website. I, from time to time, offer silent virtual co-working sessions in there, which I just call study halls, like virtual study halls. And basically they're free and you can just hop on Zoom and you don't have to have your mic on, but it's just having like an online space to co-work. You have like FaceTime, you could see people with their heads down working on stuff, and it just feels like, okay, we're all kind of doing something together. So I brought that same concept into Minimind. So in Minimind, each week there are dedicated virtual co-working sessions where we do the exact same thing. We're all working on different stuff, but it's like we meet early in the week to talk about, how the previous week went and what we're, I call it intention setting for the week, what we're going to be working on that week. And it's just, what is that? The wicked meme of holding space. Like we're holding
Yeah.
space
Mhm.
to have you work on something that moves your business
Yeah.
forward. And I know that that was a valuable piece of it. And here is Stephanie Lipnicki from episode 8 sharing her thoughts on Minimind. You had mentioned earlier that, one of the things that you suggest for self-care and for taking care of yourself as a business owner is the idea of finding some business buddies who, align with you, who can brainstorm with you, who can be a sounding board or support system, etc. And I know that you were a member of our mini mind for the last two sessions that we've done. And the doors are going to be opening this month for Minimind version 3.0, the Make It Happen Minimind that I run. And that was my thought process behind starting that as well. Like, because I know that having accountability and support from other people who get it, like other people who are, women in business who we're all kind of in our silos. We maybe we don't have coworkers necessarily, we're running our own thing. We maybe don't have the support and understanding of those around us all the time. They don't really know the ins and outs of the business, is what I mean.
Yeah.
And also just being able to bounce ideas off of people and like what you were saying. So I wondered if you could talk a little bit about your experience in the mini mind,
Yeah.
and how you used it in your business.
So what I love about the mini mind is there's a lot of like business networking groups that people try and get you to join when you're a business owner, local groups.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I've never been to one, but my understanding is you go and you're required to have like this many business cards and you need to bring names of people that other people can harass for business. Is the only way I could put it.
Uh-huh.
And for me, that's not what I'm looking for. Like, yes, I want people to refer people to me, obviously, but I don't want to give my patients' names to someone to track down.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the mini minds make me feel less isolated. I can hear other, and I say women because it is mostly women that are in when we do these.
Yeah. It's a business sisterhood. Yeah, it's for ladies.
Yeah, it's a business sisterhood. And I love knowing that I'm not alone and
Mm-hmm.
and being like, oh yes, somebody else gets what it's like to be a small business owner. And I think because so many of the people who are in it have similar values, similar ethics, I've always felt so supported by the women who are in those when you do them.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Having another set of eyes where someone has the same values to think something through. and
Mm-hmm.
not feel as alone, because being a solopreneur can make you feel like you're all alone out there, like
Mm-hmm.
as in the line in You've Got Mail, there's a line where um I think it's Greg Kinnear says something like, "You are a lone reed
A lone
floating in
read,
the
yes.
sea of commerce," and that's how you feel sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like when I'm in those mini minds, I don't feel like I'm a lone reed.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's true. That was just on the other day. Yeah. No, I appreciate that and I agree. Like I find that even because like one of the things that we do in the mini mind is at some point in the beginning of each week, I think we normally do it on Tuesdays, we would gather on Zoom for everyone who was able to make it. And we would have like an intention setting for the week. And so it was like, okay, what sucked last week? Or
Yeah,
what was really good? And then what is our intention for this week? What are the things we're going to be working on? Because obviously we all have different businesses. We're all at different points in our business. We're all working on different things, but just kind of like naming what you're working on so that we all know where each other's at and we can support each other. And then we have we would have these co-working sessions too, where then you actually have like dedicated time to work through those things. Um, and I know in those calls, those intention setting calls, it was so great to just learn more about other different types of businesses. Number one, but number two, to know you're not alone because someone just told the same story I was about to tell, or I experienced that same thing
yeah,
last year or whatever. Um, and then also, you never know where inspiration is going to strike. So someone in there might be a hairstylist, let's say, or might be a caterer or something. And I have a design and marketing an education business, but I might get a really great idea from the caterer or, from the dog walker or whatever. So I love being able to have it be kind of, a very diverse, kind of gathering where we
yeah.
all have so much in common at the same time. So I wanted to put those in there because, and I have more. I have more testimonials from ladies who have gone through the program, but um, I feel like it's one thing for me to sit here and talk about the program and yada, 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 and I'm happy to do it because I love the program and I'm really excited to welcome new sisters in. But I wanted you to hear from ladies who have actually gone through it, to hear how they used it, in their business and why it was a good fit for them and what they got out of it. I feel like that's, more powerful than something that I could say. But I also want you to know that one of my favorite things about the Make It Happen Mini Mind is you get to choose the level that works best for you, both in terms of what you need and what fits your budget. Like I was saying before, I can't go on those $30,000 masterminds, right? It's just not gonna happen. And I know that investing in yourself and your business, it can feel like a really big deal, and it is. But that's why I created a bunch of different pricing tiers, including I have a pay what you can option because I never want cost to be the thing that holds someone back from getting the support they need to move their business forward. So I'm very proud to be able to offer that pay what you can option. But I also have, in addition to some other tiers, there's a VIP tier that has limited spots. I only have 5 VIP spots. And this is for those who want more one-to-one support from me, plus some extra perks inside the experience. And you can find all of the details on the website, aliciayurvis.com/minimind. So whether you're looking for community, accountability, and collaboration, or you want personalized coaching and like extra deep dive support, there's a level that works for you. Spots for VIP are super limited, like I said. So if you're feeling pulled towards that extra level of support, now's the time to snag it. Doors close on Friday, February 21st, 2025. And if you have been feeling like you're on this entrepreneurial island alone, you're like you and Wilson, eating the coconuts on the island. Um, Consider this your official invitation to join this next cohort of the Make It Happen Mini Mind Business Sisterhood. Spots are limited, doors are open now. So if you want to be in there and join us, head to aliciayurvis.com/minimind and join us today. And I just want you to remember, at the end of the day, business is always personal. And who you surround yourself with can make all the difference in your success, in your mindset, your overall joy in this wild ride of entrepreneurship. And by the way, the ride is definitely a roller coaster. We know. We know. So get on the roller coaster with us. Let's scream when we go up and scream when we go down and have fun doing it. You don't have to do it alone. And honestly, you shouldn't. So find your people, invest in your community. And if you want that ready-made group of incredible women who get it, I would love for you to join us in this mini mind. So head to aliciayurvis.com/minimind and let's make it happen together. All right, my friend, that's it for today's short episode. If this really clicked something for you, I would love for you to DM me, tell me about it. You can find me on Instagram at AliciaYurvisCreative. Let me know. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. It helps more awesome business owners like you find me. And until next time, go find your people and maybe eat some tacos while you're at it. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.